Utrecht, at the heart of the Netherlands, is developing from a medium-sized provincial city into a regional capital of European importance. The city's current expansion combines physical expansion with major economic opportunities and innovation. Here to discuss is Floris de Gelder, director of Utrecht Science Park. Well, Floris, the Utrecht region has one of the best expectations for economic development within the city regions of Western Europe. So how does the science park fit into this?
Well, we are very happy to be in the middle of the Netherlands. We have 8 million people living within 1 hour travel from our science park. It's the beating heart of the economy of Utrecht. We have a lot of knowledge. We have 22,000 people working in our science park. We try to attract employment companies that if we would not have had a science park, they would probably have gone to the other side of the world. That's actually what we try to do. So we try to add the most sophisticated, knowledge-related employment to our region.
And what sort of projects and indeed discoveries have been made there?
Well, last year, and there was a lot of attention for this, we had a surgeon. He's working 200 meters from my office, and he saved the life of a young lady. She was very sick. She had a problem with her skull. And he designed using 3D printing technology to make a new skull for this lady, and replaced the skull, and she is still alive, she's working again. So this is an example, and another example is we are building now the largest children cancer hospital and research center in Europe, and one of the 3 largest in the world. And it will be finished in 2017.
Really impressive and important innovation. So how would you say these are boosting the region's economy?
The interesting thing is that we have a science park. It's 300 hectares, it's very small. But basically we're not doing this for ourselves or for the park itself, but for the region. And many cities around Utrecht, they choose their own profile, which is related to our science park. And we are developing satellite locations, so smaller, little, more specialized parks which are using our brand. And together we acquire companies and employment. So we try to combine the region with the science park. And for instance, if a neighboring city is planning new housing, they come to us and we discuss which kind of houses do we need in the neighborhood to create the best living environment. So it's not only about attracting companies, but it's also about how to develop the region, and we work together with all these neighboring cities as well.
So community is very important to the Utrecht Science Park. Why is this, and how does it aid innovation?
It's very important. A science park is not about real estate, but it's about people. And it's about people meeting each other and sometimes discovering things that you cannot plan. One of my colleagues once said, our job is to facilitate serendipity. So you cannot always predict what's going to happen, but you can try to help people to feel okay and to meet each other. So last year we had the Grand Départ of the Tour de France. So we try to attract events, to organize events on our science park. I think we are the only science park I know that has its own festival. 7,000 people coming there in the botanical gardens, and then our best scientists tell their stories, very briefly, in public. We have something, it's already a little bit famous. It's what we call the roof garden. It was started by a group of students who wanted to improve the quality of life and the possibilities for meeting each other on the science park. So we really try to create an atmosphere in which people are not only working in their own building, but living together, discovering new things together, having fun together, spending time.
So talk me through the Utrecht model. What can other cities learn from this?
Well, I just told you about this roof garden project. It seems a little bit small project, but I think there is something important about this project. When these students came to us and asked us if they could organize this roof garden project, we just said yes. We did not exactly know what they were going to do. There was not some kind of management, but it was about trust, giving each other the possibility just to do what you believe in. And I think maybe if there is an Utrecht model, then it's a little bit about this. It's about being a team in the region and working together. Some people call it a leaderless network. We are together. We try to trust each other as much as possible. The reason why we are doing this is to improve society, is to create a society in which people are happy, in which they can be healthy, and that the generations after us will have such a fantastic place as we have. And that's why we're doing this. And when you're doing this and when you share this knowledge and you're in the region working like a team and giving a lot of trust to each other, well, I think that could be the Utrecht model.
And finally, what's in the pipeline for future development?
Well, I told you about this children cancer hospital. And the purpose of this hospital is that we can improve the percentage of children cured from 75 to 95. So maybe up to 80% of the children who don't survive now can survive when we have this institution. Basically, that's what we're doing it for. But of course, our organization has all kinds of ways to measure the success or to measure what we're doing. So now we are in a period of 6 years, creating 5,000 new jobs on our Utrecht Science Park. So this is important. We try to create a new system of also financing what we are doing. So this Children's Cancer Hospital is partly financed by crowdfunding. So the Dutch public is directly helping us to build an institution like this. We try to attract pension funds, not only with our own science park, but with 7 other leading science parks in the Netherlands together. So they used to be our competitors, and now we work together to attract capital to increase the speed of development of our science park. So we are doing a lot of things, working very hard, and the basic thing is that we are absolutely sure that when we have a science park like this, when we combine university, business, but also politicians in a common goal, that we can improve society and that we can keep our Utrecht, and we're very proud of this, the most attractive region of Europe.